I'm getting another terminal.
Welcome back, everybody. We are playing some HOTS today. Heroes of the Storm. And on today's video, we're going to try to show you how to play Garrosh. This is a Storm League game. It's not necessarily a great one, because I don't know that the quality's been that great recently anyway, but team comps today: Samuro, Vala, Garrosh, Dahaka, Malfurion versus Diablo, Raynor, Sonya, Ando, and Kel'Thuzad. Pretty sure that the enemy team is at least a 4-stack because I ran into them a couple times this night. But anyway, we're on Garden of Terror. We are in the main tank slot. Anduin is going to immediately waste his leap of faith, and Sonya's going to die anyway. So Garrosh himself is a bit of an awkward tank, and it's not because he's super difficult or there's anything necessarily like really difficult about his kit. He's just kind of wonky. So that being said, that doesn't mean he's not extremely strong, especially in the right circumstances. On maps like Dragonshire, 2-lane maps, for instance, like Brex's Holdout, things of that nature, he is extremely strong. It's maps like Cursed Hollow, Volskaya, things like those without a whole lot of bushes or alleyways or places to sneak around that I think Garrosh has quite a bit more trouble. The reason I say that is because he can't simply walk up and engage a lot of the times. You have to be smart about how you're going for a throw or how you're going to approach the enemy team. Because even though you have a fair amount of health and your armor mechanic does make you pretty tanky, the enemy team, if they're paying the smallest amount of attention to you, they're just going to shred that health bar, CC you. Alright, time to kill it. Let's go.
You're just in time for the seeds of my vengeance to sprout. But which of you
Bummer.
will gather them first?
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, if the enemy team sees you coming, basically their entire focus turns to, hey, shoot Garrosh. We need to drop him down so he doesn't throw us. And a lot of the time, your team, especially in this fucking rank, is going to just stare at you and say, I don't want to do that. Which is, pretty not great. But anyway, when you're playing Garrosh, your main form of engage is walking up, right? And occasionally your Q will be in range, but you still have to hit on the very tip of the Q. And making sure that you do that is much more difficult at saving him at the last instant. Trying to make up for that Sonya death earlier. But there you have it. We went around the backside of this little engagement. He completely misses the Vala for the stop. But we went around for the flank. They absolutely were not expecting us. And our team actually managed to see what we were doing and follow closely behind. So, that is the two-part equation that is Garrosh. Your team has to be looking at what you're doing, and you have to have that secret backdoor engage to fuck with the enemy team to get the kill. So, that is the biggest nuance of playing Garrosh. Obviously, there's other parts of his kit that make it a little bit more difficult to, get the most efficiency out of him, such as his Q. You get damage in the cone, just completely, which is fine for your Q, your Groundbreaker. But you only get the slow and the knock-up if you hit them with the edge of the ability, which is a lot more difficult, you would imagine, than hitting with the entire cone. Sometimes you have to back away. Sometimes you have to do the thing that makes you... Okay, let's over there. Sometimes you have to do the things to...
Gather the seed before your enemy does.
words hard, can't think. You have to be counterintuitive to make the correct play with Garrosh, because his Q is an extremely strong engage. Not only is it a knockup, but it is 40% slow after the knockup ends. So, like that right there. And then we've got the body block on the Anduin, who just decided he was not going to be careful. So anyway, that's the Q and the Groundbreaker out of the way. It's, like I said, it's got nuance to it. You have to aim with the tip. You have to make sure you're in the right range for it. I suggest turning it on release so you can see the indicator. Ouch. But unstoppable out of the roots. And right there, you can see I missed Diablo, one of the biggest hitboxes in the game, because I was too close to him. I should have just backed up, hit the tip of the Q, but
soon you will have another seed
it's like
to gather.
heat the moment. What's gonna stop me? My own brain is going to stop me, you know. Our W is, again, it's got a lot of power to it. Your W is your main healing ability. It's called Bloodthirst, and when you hit people with that, you are going to get a big chunk of health back. And getting health back when you are low with Garrosh is the best way to kind of bait the enemy team into... What are you doing? We're just gonna casually kill him. Anduin wasting his leap of faith again. But anyway, getting low with your health and then hitting the Bloodthirst is the main way to bait the enemy team into making bad plays. The Bloodthirst does do more healing when you are at lower health, so hitting it while you are... I should not have thrown. Fuck. But anyway, hitting it at low health is more important than hitting it at high health, because the cooldown is just long enough to be missed between those two areas, or windows of healing. Don't know why I threw a minion there. Really, really stupid. You could throw friendly minions too. Don't have any idea why that's possible. Again, when I said wonky at the beginning of this game, that's what I meant. He's got a lot of really stupid interactions in his kit that I don't know that the dev team really took the time to think about. Into the Fray can throw friendly minions, and it does not prioritize heroes. So if you're in a minion wave and you need to save somebody who is also in a minion wave, you might as well tell them to get fucked, because there's no way that you can toss them, because that indicator is so fucking impossible to get onto them when you're crowded out by a bunch of blue fucking minions. So keep that in the back of your mind. You can't really use Into the Fray for a whole lot when you're surrounded by these NP fucking C's. It's the most frustrating, stupid thing in the world. Let's be real. So, moreover, on this game specifically, what I should be looking for is just when someone gets KT chained, that's what I should run in with the friendly toss. No, stay over there, please. And then toss them out of that, because they're unstoppable when that happens, right? But don't need to interrupt through the apocalypse. Just going to get a big 4-man taunt right there, and the team is going to come right back up the backside with the big Twilight Dream. We're going to take out Anduin and Diablo just like that. Toss a Valkyrie in just to have someone in front of the Rainer who's going to die as well. Are we going to get Sonya? Goes down to 4 people dead. Our Samuro's getting in camp. Got it. Let's go push this bottom keep and try to get some game-ending pressure. Ow. Now, as far as the build goes, for the moment, we are looking level 1 at Warbreaker for the increased damage and the reduced cooldown. Indomitable at 4 for the Unstoppable. Into the Fray at 7 for the friendly toss and the save for our teammates. Warlord's Challenge at 10 for the big taunt, making sure we can interrupt plenty of melees when they come in on our... Okay, well, I think you let me dead. But we're gonna get the toss. The chains aren't gonna matter. I'm probably gonna die for her, which is a little unfortunate. Yeah. No. Don't. I hope Dahaka doesn't also die. Someone needs to get the objective while this is all going on. He's sending a clone up there. Good on it. There we go. Lost Dahaka too. Oh, yes, you're welcome. I don't have chat on, so I didn't hear that at the time, but you're welcome. If I had Indomitable, I think I did. I think Indomitable was on cooldown, so was no getting out of the Diablo charge that way. But whatever. We saved our DPS. We peeled. Most of the important people stay alive to clear the lanes at this moment, so it's not that big a loss. At level 16, we did pick up Mortal Combo. What this does is anytime that you hit someone with your EQ combo, you are going to reduce the cooldown of your E by 10 seconds. And this means anytime you throw them and then hit them with your knockup, or you knock them up and then throw them, any manner of doing that is going to reduce the cooldown. The talent specifically says, regardless of order. So, oh, buddy, I should have Indomitable through that. I didn't think he was going to survive, so. Gotta be quicker on the draw. I gotta be quicker with the unstoppable. Fuck. So, and our level 13 defensive measures. This is another incredibly wonky part of Garrosh's survival. Now, it gives him a shield every time that you hit someone with your Q, but only if you knock them up. So, you have to hit them with the tip of the ability. And I don't get to see the indicator. It's great. So, if you miss with the tip of the indicator, you don't get a shield. And when you're being chased by, literally everybody when you're low health because you're Garrosh and they hate you, you are going to have a really tough time hitting that Q tip. Q tip. Stick it in your ear, save yourself with a shield. Anyway, you get what I mean. And threw that light bomb this time, tossing people towards our team. Kel'Thuzad is going to get pulled and still killed. Try and throw Dahaka in. Nice. I guess Raynor was already rooted, because when I tossed him into the roots, he did not get rooted. Sonya's getting knocked up, though, and she is going to die to Samuro. Wow. Who would have thought you'd have to pay attention to who's already rooted when you throw them into the roots, you know? Just Garrosh things. But anyway. Gonna go try to get up on the tribute here. We've got 3 coming up. We've got to keep down. So basically we can look to end the game with one of our terrors if the everything we just channel it. And then at level 20, I don't even know if we're going to hit it, but if we do, we're going to probably pick up Titanic Might. Titanic Might is going to allow us to throw 2 people at a time, and in doing that, when we toss 2 people, if we manage to hit them both with our Q, I threw a fucking minion. If we hit 2 people with our Q after they've been thrown, I'm pretty sure that's 10 seconds off of our Wrecking Ball cooldown, which is our throw, our toss, and obviously instant reset. So didn't Indom through that. Really sad day. Missing a lot of opportunities to do that, actually, which is something I need to get better at, because that is very clear CC on my face, and not paying attention to it. Our bottom terror is already immediately dead. Dahaka gonna stasis right through that Frost Blast. Big Twilight Dream gonna seal the deal on the Diablo and the Sonya, but Dahaka is going to die. And now we just want to toss people away. Huh. No. The cooldown on our Cooldown on our E did not completely reset. I guess it only reduces to 6 seconds. That's weird. There's a lot of nuance to that combo, and I don't necessarily know enough about how it happens to make any. No, they really didn't have a chance. To make any more comments on it. Do we make it? MVP. Oh, we did. We took Death Wish. Death Wish is pretty fun. I didn't even make it on the board. You know what, game? I only died one time. I mean, really? What do you mean? But Death Wish is super good because it reduces the cooldown of your Warlord's Challenge by 45 seconds. It essentially gives you a 5-second cooldown on your taunt, assuming the person that you taunt is killed immediately. So, it's very, very good for singling people out, killing them, and then kind of chaining that snowball of death. But it's I don't think it's necessarily better than Titanic Might. So it's a 16-second cooldown. You throw them, you knock them up. I guess it doesn't stack, so you can only do this one time. I have to look at that, because that seems weird. I don't know if this interaction really understands itself, because there's been occasions where this doesn't feel accurate. But anyway, there's the build again. Warbreaker at 1, Indomitable into the fray, Warlord's Challenge, defensive measures, Mortal Combo, and Death Wish. Also, you're probably going to take Titanic Might more often, just saying. But there you have it. There's the stats. Not that they're particularly impressive, but we did do a fair amount of tanking that game. That was very, very, very good. It worked real well. And we got the solid win with our macro from our Samuro, and the rest of our buddies doing whatever they were doing while I was throwing people at them. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. I will be back tomorrow with some more gameplays, and we're going to see what else is hiding out in the wings. It's going to be fun to comment on. Feel free to let me know what you think about the video, any build deviations, any success that you have, anything that you want to let me know in the comments. I am here to talk. Or if you just want to tell me that I suck at video games, that's cool too, man. Do what you want. Live your life. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, whatever YouTube stuff that you feel like doing or not doing. And I will catch you tomorrow.